What if walking more isn't the answer after 70 and could actually be holding you back? For years, we've been told that walking is the key to staying healthy as we age. But now, more and more doctors are saying that walking might not be enough after you hit your 70s. In fact, it might not be the most effective way to keep you strong and healthy anymore. It's not that walking is bad, but at this stage of life, your body needs different care. If you've been relying solely on those long walks to stay fit, you could be missing out on the 5 important things that really help protect your health as you age. These are not just opinions. These are backed by the latest research on aging, mobility, brain health, and long-term independence. Stick with me until the end, because changing the way you approach these 5 things could not only improve your quality of life, but also prevent falls, injuries, and help you live longer. Let's dive in. Number 1. Leg strength through resistance training. Here's a big misconception. Many believe that just walking will keep their legs strong as they get older. While walking is good for your heart, it won't prevent the muscle loss that happens as we age, especially after 70. The truth is, your legs need more than just walking. They need resistance and something that challenges them to stay strong and functional. Without that, even walking for an hour a day won't be enough to keep you safe or stable. Take George, for example. At 76, George walked 3 miles every morning, thinking he was in great shape. But over time, he noticed he was having trouble getting up from chairs. His legs felt weak when going up and down stairs, and eventually he fell while reaching for something on a low shelf. His doctor explained something George didn't know. Walking doesn't activate all the important muscles needed for balance and stability. George had good endurance, but his muscle strength was fading. So, what's the solution? Targeted resistance exercises. Things like squats, seated leg lifts, and resistance bands are perfect for building strength in your legs. You don't need a gym membership or heavy weights. Just 2 or 3 short strength-building sessions a week can make a huge difference. The key is consistency and exercises that work both the front and back muscles of your legs. Because here's the thing. When your legs stay strong, so do you. You can walk confidently, rise from chairs easily, and prevent falls before they happen. Strength in your legs helps you maintain your independence longer than endurance from walking alone. Walking is great for your heart, but strength keeps you steady on your feet. If you've been thinking that walking alone is enough, it's time to pay more attention to strengthening your legs. After all, they've carried you through life, and they deserve a little extra care to keep going strong. Number 2. Balance and coordination exercises. As we get older, one of the most important but often overlooked aspects of health is balance. You may think that as long as you're walking regularly, your balance must be fine, but that's not always the case. Walking, while great for fitness, follows a predictable rhythm. One foot in front of the other, usually on flat ground, and often in familiar surroundings. Real-life balance requires more than that. It's about the ability to react, to adjust quickly, and to stay steady when things don't go as planned. If you're not specifically practicing for balance, you may not even realize that your coordination is slipping. Take Helen, for example. At 80, she was proud of her daily walk around the block. She moved with ease, at a good pace, and rarely felt tired. But one day, when her granddaughter accidentally dropped a ball in the kitchen, it rolled near her feet, and Helen lost her balance and fell. It wasn't because she was weak or clumsy, but because her body hadn't practiced recovering from sudden shifts in position. Her coordination had faded, even though she hadn't noticed it. Balance exercises don't have to be difficult. Simple movements like standing on one leg while brushing your teeth, walking heel to toe along a hallway, or trying out Tai Chi or controlled marching in place are great ways to improve your balance. These exercises work the small muscles in your ankles and hips, and also train your brain to respond quickly when something unexpected happens, like tripping on a rug or missing a step. Balance training helps you stay upright instead of falling down. What's important is making balance exercises a regular part of your week. Don't just hope your balance is okay. Actively test it and work on improving it. Because falls are the #1 cause of serious injury for people over 70, and they often happen in a split second when you lose control, not because you're weak. That's why walking alone isn't enough. You need to add movements that teach your body to adjust and stay steady, no matter what life throws your way. Ask yourself, when was the last time you stood on one foot or turned quickly without grabbing for something? These aren't just playful challenges, they're life-saving skills. The more you practice them, the better prepared you'll be to avoid the kind of fall that could take months or years to recover from. If you're still with me and finding this helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend doing so and hitting the bell so you don't miss any valuable tips. Your support helps us keep creating great content for you. Now, let's keep going. Number 3. Joint protection through low-impact movement. As we age, our joints carry the weight of every step we take. Years of movement and effort have worn them down. While walking is beneficial, too much of it, especially on hard surfaces, can slowly damage the cartilage in your knees, hips, and ankles. After 70, it's not just about moving more. It's about moving smarter. For many older adults, reducing repetitive impact and shifting to joint-friendly movement is one of the most important changes you can make. Take Martin, who's 73. He used to walk 5 miles a day around his neighborhood. It was his favorite thing to do. But over time, his knees began to ache. He started hearing cracking sounds when he stood up, and climbing stairs became harder. Eventually, he couldn't walk as far, not because he didn't want to, but because it hurt. His doctor explained something surprising. The issue wasn't his activity, but the way he was doing it. Walking on concrete with stiff joints was putting constant stress on his already aging cartilage. That's why low-impact exercises are crucial after 70. Activities like gentle stretching, swimming, water aerobics, or cycling on a recumbent bike can help you stay mobile without causing further damage to your joints. Even simple movements like hip circles, seated mobility exercises, or stretching on the floor can bring relief and flexibility without the wear and tear that comes from walking on hard pavement. The goal is to keep moving, but in a way that respects your aging joints. This doesn't mean you need to stop walking altogether. It just means it shouldn't be your only form of exercise, and it shouldn't be done without taking care of your joints. Make sure to warm up before any activity. Wear cushioned shoes that offer proper support. Avoid hills or uneven surfaces if they cause pain, and listen to your body. When your body signals discomfort, don't push through it. So many people keep walking, thinking they're doing the right thing, while their joints are quietly begging for a break. The secret to longevity isn't just endurance, it's preservation. If you want your knees, hips, and ankles to carry you well into your 80s and 90s, you must treat them like the irreplaceable parts they are. Walking less doesn't mean giving up. It means evolving, and your joints will thank you every step of the way. Number 4. Brain stimulation through mental activity. When we think about staying healthy, especially after 70, we often focus on physical exercise. But we can't forget that our brain is just as important. It's like a muscle, too, and it needs daily attention to stay sharp. Walking is great for keeping your heart strong, but it doesn't challenge your brain the way intentional mental activities can. If you want to stay sharp, alert, and mentally strong, ignoring brain stimulation can be a big mistake. Take Barbara, for example, who's 79. She walked every morning, kept up with reading the newspaper, and did her housework. But lately, she started to notice something unsettling. She was forgetting names more often, losing track in conversations, and struggling to recall what she had planned for the day. When she mentioned it to her doctor, he asked a surprising question. When was the last time you learned something new? That question really made her think. Even though her body was moving every day, her brain was stuck in autopilot mode. The truth is, our brains need novelty, effort, and challenge to stay healthy. Mental activities like learning a new card game, trying a new recipe, writing a letter by hand, or learning a few phrases in a foreign language can activate parts of your brain that you haven't used in years. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about being active and engaged. Activities that challenge your memory, logic, creativity, and attention span help build cognitive reserves that can delay or even prevent mental decline. Research shows that regular mental activity can also improve mood, boost energy, and reduce the risk of depression, which often goes unnoticed in older adults. Unlike walking, which can become automatic, mental exercises push your brain to stretch and adapt. If your days are filled with routine, watching the same shows, doing the same chores, reading the same headlines, it's time to shake things up. Pick up a puzzle, memorize a poem, join a book club, or challenge yourself with something a bit outside your comfort zone. Because a healthy brain isn't built by doing the same things every day. It thrives on curiosity, effort, and attention. The more you give your brain what it craves, the more it will reward you with clarity, confidence, and connection. So, when was the last time you did something new for your mind? Let me know in the comments below. If you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Number 5. Cardiovascular support through posture and breathing. You might think that posture and breathing are too simple to make a big difference, but after 70, these two habits are crucial for supporting your heart, brain, and overall vitality. You can walk every day and still find yourself out of breath or feeling drained. And the reason may not always be your muscles. It could be how you breathe and how you hold your body. Most people weren't taught how to breathe deeply, and over time, shallow breathing combined with poor posture becomes automatic. This restricts the amount of oxygen your body gets and places extra strain on your heart. Take Leonard, for example. At 78, he thought his breathlessness was just a part of aging. He wasn't overweight, he didn't smoke, and his walking routine hadn't changed. But during a physical therapy session after a minor surgery, his therapist noticed his shoulders were slumped forward, his chest was collapsed, and he was breathing in short, quick bursts. Leonard had been walking with poor posture for years, and it turned out his oxygen levels were dropping during those walks, making his heart work harder than it should have. With simple changes like diaphragmatic breathing, deep belly breathing, and better posture, Leonard's energy improved within weeks. Diaphragmatic breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, helping you stay calm and focused while also improving oxygen flow, reducing blood pressure, and boosting circulation. Good posture, shoulders back, chin level, and spine tall, creates the best environment for your heart and lungs to function efficiently, especially during everyday activities. It's not about how you look. It's about giving your organs the space they need to do their jobs without unnecessary compression. Here's the best part. You can practice this type of breathing and posture anywhere and anytime, whether you're sitting, standing, lying in bed, or even walking. It's about consistency, not perfection. Practicing just 5 minutes of deep breathing in the morning and checking your posture throughout the day can transform how you feel. So the next time you're feeling winded or sluggish after a walk, don't just blame age. Pay attention to your breathing, your posture, and how you're holding yourself. Sometimes, the biggest change in how you feel comes not from how far you walk, but how deeply you breathe while standing still. Final thoughts. A new approach to staying healthy. After 70 years, now that you've learned about these 5 important shifts in maintaining your health, it's time to reflect on what they mean for you. Walking is still valuable, but after 70, your well-being requires more than just taking steps. It depends on your leg strength, the stability of your balance, the care you give to your joints, the attention you devote to your mind, and the quality of the air you breathe. All of these areas are closely connected to how long you'll live, and, more importantly, how well you'll live in your golden years. Many people continue with the same routines they've always had, not realizing that their bodies have changed over time. But you're not the same person you were at 50 or 60, and that's not something to fear. It's something to respect. Your body is wiser in some ways, more delicate in others, and more powerful in some areas than you may have realized. It now requires a different kind of care that listens, adapts, and recognizes that your goal is not just to stay busy, but to stay well. So, if you've been walking every day and are wondering why your knees hurt, why your energy feels low, or why your balance is off, it's not all in your head. Your body is asking for more than just movement. It's asking for targeted, thoughtful care. The good news is, you can start today. One balance exercise, one focused breathing session, one mindful choice to stand tall. And tomorrow, your body will remember. It always does. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, and reading them gives us great motivation. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating content that inspires and informs you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.